All right, here we are. Welcome to 4%. My friend, my name is Vick. Hopefully we're not strangers to each other by now, right? Hopefully you at least seen me somewhere. All right, so what we're gonna do right now is this is getting started. This is where we get you properly onboarded within the 4% community, get you properly set up here. But I wanna do something real quick here. Before we get to that whole setup stuff here, since you and I were gonna spend a little bit of time together, right? I'm gonna be coaching you. We're gonna be working together. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna have so much fun here. It's gonna be incredible. So I'm very excited that you have joined this community. I hope that you find yourself to be at home here, just like so many thousands of other people, just like you. We're all different. We all have our own stories and different backgrounds and different things that we, are trying to do here. But we have one thing that unites us all, and that is the direction, where we're going. And we're moving, all of us, we're moving in one direction, which is success. Whatever that means to you, Look, 4%, we're here for one reason, and that reason is pretty simple. We help people just like you, okay, build successful online businesses without stress and overwhelm, because we believe that you deserve to have the life of freedom, you deserve to make a difference, and live life on your terms. That's really, really important, whatever that might mean to you. I remember when I was getting started, my big thing initially was I wanted to take care of my family. I'm coming from a background that was, we had a lot of love in the family when I was growing up, but not much financially, very, very middle class. And, you always have more months at the end of the money. You know what I'm talking about, right? And that was us. I didn't have, nice things in life. So I always wanted to have nicer things in life. I always wanted to have better quality of life. And I wanted to travel and see the world that God created. And, I didn't have that ability. So my vehicle of choice, and I discovered internet marketing and this whole potential here that we have. I got fired up. I got excited about that idea because I was watching this person right here flashing their lifestyle, and this guy is buying the car of their dreams, and this person is living and vacationing with the family. I'm like, I want that. You know what I mean? But I did not know what to do. I did not know what to start, what vehicle to choose, how to get there. I was green, but I was excited about the possibility. Maybe similar to you right now. So I don't know you personally, probably, even though I look forward to hopefully meeting you one day in person. But I want you to realize something about me. As a founder of this company here, I understand exactly what you might be going through because I was there. At one point in time in my life, my bottom of the bottom kind of a situation where I did not have $1.19 to my name to literally go to Walmart here in the States, the supermarket, and buy a loaf of bread. I was there. So I know what it's like to be there. I know what it's like to borrow $30,000 to start your business that you're so excited about, and then blowing through 20,000 of it and making zero sales. I was there. I was that guy. I know what that feels like, So if you're going through that type of situation in your life right now, I just want you to know you are in the right place, because I was able to change my life. We were fortunate now to have been working with literally hundreds of thousands of people just like you, from all walks of life, different backgrounds, different experiences, different skin color, different, professional background, you name it, it doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. What really matters is, what do you want, right? And we're gonna identify that. Second question, how do we get that, right? And I can tell you this, if I can help you solve your financial situation, you can probably figure out how to be more happy, right? You can probably figure out how to deal with 95% of your other problems that you might be having out there. So our job here with you is we're gonna start with, getting the most important component, that lever, that when we get that figured out, right? It's like the big domino that's gonna affect so many other areas of your life, hopefully positively. And that one big lever, that one big domino is gonna be setting up and building your business right. Because if we get the vehicle taken care of, that vehicle can take you places, vehicle being your business. And in this day and age, right, online seems to be the only way to go, because you can run, your business. If you are passionate about a product or idea, or if you have a service or, or something within you that you want to deliver to the world, I believe it is your responsibility to get that into as many people's hands as possible. And so as a reward, you get rewarded financially. And so what we're going to do is we're going to help you build your business right, so that you can have more freedom, you can make your difference, and live life on your terms. How do we do that? Well, a couple of things I want you to understand, my friend. I have a lot of experience in different industries, in different niches in this industry. So I've done affiliate marketing. I remember when I was, when I got started, I did not have a product, right? So I was promoting somebody else's product as an affiliate. And for the first 8 months, when I started, that was back in 2005, I made zero sales. I made no money. I had no list, nothing. I was greener than green, didn't have any connections. And then something happened. I had a mentor come into my life at the moment where I was, that was my rock bottom. And that mentor said something to me that was very, very profound. It changed everything for me. He said, Vic, take a look at what you're doing, okay? And then ask yourself, are you just another fill in the blank, right? Same question I'm gonna ask you right now. Are you just another marketer? Are you just another chiropractor? Are you just another video guy? Are you just another photographer? Are you just another affiliate person? Are you just another consultant? Are you just another, what is it that you want to do? See what I'm saying? When I realized that was a principle, right? A lot of people teach tactics right now. Like this is like tactics, and tactics come and go all the time. What we're gonna get into is we're gonna set this thing right. We're gonna talk about principles that don't change. In a moment here, I'm gonna introduce you to this whole concept and principle of the 4% rule. It's gonna blow your mind, promise you. Watch this video to the end before you get to the other setup steps. I wanna make sure that you have been pre-framed properly, because if it makes sense to you why we do what we do and how we do it, right? Then, you will understand why we do these things. And so that, creating success and engineering and doing certain things in a certain way for you would be easier for you, okay? So I changed my blueprint. I was just like anybody else trying to do affiliate marketing. Back then, 2005, I was making zero. I changed my blueprint. Again, we're gonna teach you all about that. But the next 3 months, same company, same product, same compensation structure, nothing changed. What changed was how I was running that model. The next 3 months after that, I became #1 income earner in that particular company. #1 income earner. From nothing to #1 income earner out of tens of thousands of people, and that changed everything for me. And it's not about Vic. You couldn't care less about my story or what happened to me. Who cares, man? You're here for you. So what I want you to understand is the stuff we're gonna teach you works, okay? Over the years, I've done affiliate marketing. I was always in the top 3 with any promotion I've ever done. I've done direct selling. I've done content publishing. I've done CPA, cost per action networks, that kind of stuff. I've done a little bit of network marketing. I created my own products. We run now a company, this company right here, 4%, and this is our legacy. This is what we want to do. We want to take all the stuff that we learned and continue to learn, and we want to make sure that people just like you get the right information, most potent ideas that will really, truly take them to the direction that they want to go. Does that make sense? So hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of a perspective how we do things. We do things differently here. We focus a lot on things that don't change, and so we focus a lot on building your business right. I want to introduce you to this concept of the 4%. So a lot of people coming into our community, they're like, okay, what is 4%? How are you guys different? What is this all about, right? Do you know the 80-20 principle, called the Pareto's principle, where 20% of the people doing 80% of the work and getting 80% of the results, right? Well, what we do is we took that idea and we said, you know what? This is not just a fancy, nice little saying here. I really went into the study of this concept, and it turns out that, Wilfredo Pareto, he did not invent this law of nature. He discovered it. Okay, now stay with me here. I know this sounds a little bit like, maybe a bit crazy right now, but I promise you, this will change the way you think about everything, okay, once you understand this. So think about it. Success is predictable, okay? Now, again, be sure to watch this video here to the end, because this is your first, exposure to our work and like our talk and our ideas. And so I want to make sure that we're on the right track here with you, okay? Please, for your sake. You can do whatever you want after you get done watching this video. Okay, I promise you. But I think if you really understand what I'm about to show you, what I'm about to tell you here, the way you behave will change. Okay? So what we need to understand is that success is predictable. What do I mean by that? Well, success is predictable. Okay? It's not, you can't leave it to chance. And so how is it predictable? Because it's math. I'm about to prove it to you. So we live in a world that literally is, it operates on principles, okay? The law of gravity, right? I don't care if you're a good person or bad person, if you do a lot of good work or you like, the worst guy in the history of the world, if you step up from a tall building, you will confirm that law of gravity, right? You will go down. That does not change. When it comes to success, some people believe that, I am destined to succeed and somebody else is not, right? Some people believe that they're predestined to failure. We don't believe that. We believe that everybody has a potential to succeed. The difference between somebody who's successful and not is depending on what laws they follow and build their life around. Okay, so there is a law that governs success. And we're going to talk more about that. But right now, I want to point your attention to a principle that does not change. And it's the principle of the 80-20 law. Okay, 80% of the people getting 20% of their results. Okay, or 20% of the people actually getting 80% of the results, and so forth and so on. But then what we do is we dig into that and we take it a step further. There is the 80-20 within the 80-20 within the 80-20 within the 80-20. Okay, so if you take a look at 80-20, okay, Wilfredo Pareto, if you study his work, I did a lot of looking into that myself, and it changed my paradigm. The 4%, if you take 80-20 within the top 20, hence the 4%. So what we really are going to do here is we're going to identify key strategies and principles and tactics, and we're going to focus on things that will be those most potent few, okay, that will be responsible for 96% of your success. Okay, now, Vic, that's a lot of nice sayings and things like that, but how does it actually work? Take a look at my screen. I'm going to show you. They did studies on this, and I really dove into this, this is the kind of work that I think once you really understand this, it can really open your eyes on some things, and it will literally show you why a lot of people fail and very few people succeed. You can go to any industry, any company, most people fail, very few people succeed. Have you ever asked yourself, how come? How come you can have two people, trying to build a business, and one person can build it really successfully and another person will, turn into failure? How come? What's the difference? Two people can be running the same company. One guy crushing it, another guy failing. What's the difference? Okay, well, I'm going to show you the difference. When it comes to business and when it comes to building a successful company, when you understand how that looks and how to work with it, success is as predictable as, there's going to be a morning tomorrow. Okay, so that's our challenge right now, is to make sure that you understand that. And then to the degree that you understand and work with this, you'll be able to create success on demand just like that. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, and we're going to do that together, which is exciting. Okay, so take a look at my screen here. Okay, this is some graphics that I pulled here just to kind of demonstrate to you and show you what this is all, what this whole thing looks like. So what does 80-20 look like, right? So if this is a graph right here, and this axis right here represents the rank, and then this right here is the output, well, you can see, the 80% right here, okay, the 80% of people getting very, very little in terms of outcome, okay? And then when you go 20%, and then as you get closer, the graph just shoots through the roof, right? It just goes to the top, to the very top. So what we're talking about is that 20% of people in any industry, in any company, in any genre, in anything that they do, okay, 20% of people are getting majority of the results, okay? Our goal is to get you in that top 20%, but not even that. Our goal is to really get you in the top 4%, which is the 20% of the 20%, which is right about here, as you can see, okay? So if we can get you here and make sure that you understand the principles that don't change and how to work with those principles as you build your business so that you can create more freedom, you can make your difference, and you can live the life on your terms, right? Then, again, it's like that big domino, everything just happens. Have you heard, the saying that some people, everything they touch turns to gold? And then some other people, everything they touch turns to dust? You want to be the person that Anything you touch will turn to gold. And you will be able to do that predictably, okay? Now, take a look at this, okay? They did a study, Business Harvard Review. They posted this as a review, as a study, and they said, how accurate is 80-20 principle? How accurate is that in life, in business and other areas of life? Now, take a look. This is crazy. It blows my mind, right? So they said, you know what? If we have, let's say Forbes 400 list. They took the Forbes 400 list, people that are on Forbes 400, right? Top people. And then they said, you know what? They took companies on Forbes 400. And they said, if we know that one company, let's say in this example, that would be Southwest Airlines, right? If we know that this company is ranked number, 173 on the Forbes 400, and we know that their, revenue last year was $15 billion, can we predict, based on this data alone, can we predict the income of all of these other companies and how they are ranked on Forbes 400? Can we do that? Well, they said, you know what we're going to do is we're going to put the dot, let's say this is Southwest Airlines, and we're going to put this dot, right, and assume that 80-20, this is a graph of 80-20 right here, hypothetical graph, right, as you saw here. So this is a hypothetical 80-20, what that looks like. All right. And so following that graph right here, if they said, okay, this would be the Southwest Airlines, and we know those two things about them, they're 173 on the list, and then, their revenue was $15 billion, for example. If we actually take the actual data and layer on top of this hypothetical graph, what is that going to look like? And here is the actual data. As you can see in yellow here, this is the actual data as opposed to the hypothetical hypothesis that they had for the graph of 80-20, all right? Look how accurate that was. And this is an actual data study that they did, okay? Look how accurate this thing is, okay? Then they said, okay, so what if we do Forbes 400, okay, net worth of people on Forbes 400, okay? Actuals versus, hypothetical, okay? So the white line here is hypothetical 80-20, and then the yellow line right here represents the actuals. They said, okay, what about population of cities in the United States? Okay, and they took all the cities in the United States and population of the entire country of the United States, and they put that data on the 80-20 graph. How would that come out? And this is the actual data, as you can see, as it relates to the 80-20 graph. Pretty mind-blowing stuff, right? Almost identical. Look. They did these studies on different albums and different tracks for different singers and stuff like that. Number of plays for different individuals. So I'm just going to go through these real fast. Lifetime customer value of a recent client. So they pick a random company, and they did a case study on the lifetime customer value, okay, and how that stacks up against the 80-20 hypothetical. Look, okay, almost identical. So what does this mean to you? Well, if we can understand this stuff as we build your business, okay, then if you focus on the key elements, you see the problem is most people, when they get into this industry and trying to build a business on the internet, and everybody and their cousin is a coach now, and everybody's going to teach you how to become successful, man, how do you do that? You find yourself to have too much information. And then how do you know that the information you're getting is accurate? How do you know that the source of the information, that the person is feeding you the information actually is an expert on the subject matter, right? How do you figure that out? And then you have, like most people, the reason they're not successful is because they have way too much stuff. So they're like, 96% of the things that they're working on only produces maybe 4% of the results. What we need to understand is how do we reverse that, right? What are the handful most potent elements that we're going to be focusing on that will create and result in the success that we desire? Make sense? Take a look at this. Donations to a church, okay? Donations to a church. How crazy is this, right? 80-20 applies there. Dairy output of Wisconsin counties. Actual study. Look at that. Look how accurate that is, okay? Now, have you heard about this concept of a 10,000 hour rule? Okay? They say, if a pilot flies for 10,000 hours, he's like, he's hitting this expertise level, this experts level. Well, 80-20 applies here as well. Why do most people fail? Is because 80% of them, as you can see here, right? 80%, see this graph right here? 80% Okay, they're getting very, very little results because they only put little time in perfecting their craft. So the results show. Look at this. The top 20, look how graph just shoots up, okay, exponentially, boom. Why? Because the more time you put into studying something, okay, 10,000 hour expertise versus hours. See that? Somebody dedicates themselves to study for a topic and become an expert, and they dedicate 10,000 hours. Look, their expertise is going to be right here. Okay? No wonder why few people succeed and most people fail. So what does this really mean when it comes to business, okay? So I don't want to get, too deep into this kind of stuff, but this is what you and I were going to get into really, really heavy. But we're going to do it in a way that's going to be, we're going to remove stress, we're going to remove overwhelm, remove information overload, and we're going to take it in bite-sized pieces. I'm going to take you through the path, okay? 4%. This is the handful, just the key, most potent ideas and things that we're going to be focusing on here to help you build the business of your dreams, do it right, okay? Following the principles that will not change. You excited? Okay, so I don't want to take more of your time here, my friend. Here is what I want you to do. As you are getting started, okay? If you have not yet, please introduce yourself. Let the rest of the community know who you are. Let them know how pumped you are, because you and I and the rest of this community, my friend, we're gonna make a big impact in this world. You might be onto whatever, passionate, whatever you might be passionate about. Maybe you have a product, maybe you have an idea, maybe you have something that you wanna deliver to this world. We're gonna help you do that at the world-class level. Okay? You've got my word on it. Now, I want a commitment from you. I want your commitment that you're going to be a team player. You're going to be a community. You're going to participate within a community. You're going to plug in. You're going to go all the way, and we're going to make this happen. Because if you don't, who will? Right? Let's make our difference together, my friend. Here's what I want you to do right now. Before you go to the next step, go ahead and introduce yourself. There's going to be some action steps below this video that you need to do. And then after you're done, you'll go to the next video in your onboarding process, and I'll meet you there.